The lawsuit Ethan Klein filed against Frogan, Denims, and Kaceytron has of course continued to inspire more discourse, with the other day Kaceytron and Ethan Klein going back and forth after she went live immediately when the lawsuit dropped. She fired up a live stream reacting to certain aspects of the suit, and at one portion decided to call Hila, Ethan's wife, ugly, of course causing Ethan to fire back. Additionally, H3 Snark has been praising Kaceytron, with most of them saying that they didn't know who she really was, but they're really glad Ethan introduced them to her. And now Twitter is creating a competition between the three parties involved in the lawsuit to see who is raising more money. And finally, Kacey put out a heartfelt statement going against her typical comedic character. Welcome to the internet versus Kaceytron and Ethan Klein. So back to where we left off from the last video, Kaceytron tweets out, Ethan Klein is going to sue me for smoking too much weed. He is trying to take away my ability to purchase my medically necessary marijuana products. We cannot let this happen. Donate to my weed fund. Live on stream now. Let's show the Kleins how to really goof and gaff. And then she attaches this clip from Ethan Klein's video.
Kaceytron.
A lot of people have been wanting to watch this without necessarily supporting Ethan Klein. So we're gonna watch it.
Well, that's a really dumb thing to say, don't you think? Why are you so comfortable? We've given each complaint a clever little title, and here's Kaceytron's. She smoked more than she spoke. Kaceytron smokes 42 times during her reaction. And just as a silly thought experiment, we thought, wouldn't it be funny if she spent more time smoking than she did talking? And thinking there was no way that that could be true. Well, we tallied them up, and lo and behold, there's 15 minutes 40 seconds of commentary versus 18 minutes and 55 seconds of smoking. And whatever talking she did was just to express how confused she was, presumably from smoking 42 times.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
The complaint continues. Indeed, Kaceytron is often too obliterated to comment on the nuke, and instead stares blankly at her computer screen. In a span of 2 hours and 7 minutes, Kaceytron smokes marijuana, frequently in highly concentrated forms through vaporizers, on 42 separate occasions. To give you an idea, the majority of her commentary comes down to this.
I don't understand this bit that he's doing.
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
CPM's coming out of Qatar.
What the hell
you
is
kids
going
love anime,
on?
right?
He's read more books than you could ever imagine.
What is happening? I'm trying to follow. I've lost the plot.
They do musicals. They're very musical people. Are you being serious?
McBeeg replies, never in my life have I seen someone take 40 plus doses of medication. Jesus, what a burnout. Iverson replies to McBeeg by saying, y'all are genuinely brain dead. This frivolous shakedown is proving you guys aren't supporting someone for their morals or their character, or because you believe he was stolen from. You do this because you're miserable and want to harm these people but have no means to. And McBeeg says, I ain't reading all that. I'm happy for you though, or sorry that happened. Snow is great replies to Kacey by saying, he's not suing you for smoking, he's suing you for copyright infringement. You would know if you had watched his video. Captain Combs says, I genuinely hope you lose everything you hold, dear. She then makes a separate tweet with this meme saying, ah shit, here we go again, captioning it, desperately need a mute all incels button. Mike replies, everyone who doesn't like you is an incel. You're right. And then she tweets out, let women fucking be funny. I have been funny for years. Years. Jealous men cannot stand this. So they always try to undersell me by claiming I am a troll, that I am a character, that I am unaware. No, I am a comedian, and I actually do goofs and gaffs. She also immediately went live and talked about the lawsuit and everything going on, and multiple people clipped it on both sides, such as Kyra's, who posts in the H3 production subreddit, Kaceytron with the classic ugly wife response, attaching this clip.
Ethan Klein, blast you to fucking hell. No, like, what the fuck? Oh, this no good motherfucker and his ugly ass wife. Fucking God.
Amazing Grocery replies, I know whenever I'm freshly being sued by someone with fuck you money, the first thing I do is publicly call their wife an ugly C. It's my medicine says, I'm disabled, but please forgive me. But is she slow? And Vito replies, she's spazzing from not hitting her bong bag within a 10-second window. Expert Exotic says, does she know what she looks like? And Indigenous Technology replies, right? She must be trying to bait us because the delusion would be too much. And Hank Hillboy says, well, to be fair, she's probably perma-baked. And Dry Place says, yeah, that's basically her whole thing. Spirited Dog replies, she looks like Mama June a little bit. And Interchain says, oh my god, she does. I thought she really looked like someone but couldn't put my finger on it. Ethan Klein himself then catches wind of this clip and responds to it on his Instagram. When he tweets it out, Ethan calls out Kacey for saying Hila is ugly, and it's an Instagram story here at the bottom left where he says, oh hell nah, this orc did not just call my wife ugly. Okay, we'll see. And Wild Pitch Offense posts this tweet on the H3 Production subreddit titled, oh my fucking god, and it's someone replying saying, Kaceytron looks like if Trisha Paytas had a greater interest in meth than musical theater. Aggressive Expert replies, it's so powerful that Ethan probably has a folder of Hila's modeling photos ready to drop on the head of anyone who would dare to call her ugly. And Z-Dubs replies, definitely sorted, and no short stack of goblins in there. Life Old says, to be honest, I was a watcher of Kacey, and her attitude is really akin to a classic go make me a sandwich gamer boy personality, but the woman version. Sad to see, but yeah, she never was a good person, or at least her online personality wasn't. Her new and old content really reflects that. However, Background Owl does post on the H3 Production subreddit that Kaceytron apologized for calling Hila ugly, attaching this clip from later in her stream.
That's why she hates me so much. She goes on FOMOI. No, like I did say, like I apologize for saying that Hila is ugly. Like she is a pretty woman. Like I said, I don't agree with her fashion choices, but maybe it's like, I don't know, like maybe it's not for me to get. But I do stand by saying that I think that she's ugly on the inside. Like I think that she's mean. I think that she's mean. I'm not mean. I'm not. I'm a nice girl. Kacey, this is low-key scary. You should maybe get off Ethan and his fans are up. I'm worried that my house is going to be, like, are they going to call in a SWAT? Is my house going to get SWAT? Like, what's going to happen with the haters?
Lions Gamble says, lol, look how she's victimizing herself, saying that she's scared that she'll get swatted. Also, her acting is so bad. And Curious Dryad replies, Ethan can't be scared of two skulls, his work being threatened, or CPS being called, but someone's imagining getting swatted. Oh man, scared of something that H3 fans wouldn't do. Nicholas DiOrio tweets out, Kaceytron only raising $1,000 for her lawsuit defense fund is fucking hilarious. I haven't seen anything yet, but her GoFundMe after 17 hours. I am howling, bro. Dan Can't Tweet replies, only Frogan has the official backing of the Hassan Discord. Billy Mitchell tweets out, for anyone wondering, H3H3's lawsuit against the three streamers is not subject to an anti-slap motion, nor is it a slap. Copyright infringement is not a protected activity under the Constitution, e.g. freedom of expression. Recovered Gangstalker posts on the LeftoversH3 subreddit, Ethan Klein spent his Friday stewing in his self-imposed misery/vitriol. Meanwhile, Kaceytron, attaching this clip. Reddit has too many ads replies. This is that cousin whose walks you look forward to every Thanksgiving. And Charm Wonder says, lol, spot on. Flooding your timeline replies with this picture of Hila Klein. Carmo says, thank you for introducing me to Kaceytron, Ethan. And Bunny Firefly replies, literally same. I love her. Stink Blossom replies, uh-oh, she's comfortable in her own skin and confident? They aren't gonna like that. And Zixkill says, I hope they show this on Monday's stream and try to make fun of her because their life sucks just that much. Recovered Gangstalker also makes another post on the LeftoversH3 subreddits with this clip titled, Kaceytron concludes that Ethan Klein is going after her because of destiny. 1000% this is the reason.
I'm like, why does Ethan Klein know of me? You know why? It's because I pissed off that Destiny freak, and I know that Destiny's viewers are probably in here right now because you know they're Ethan's viewers too. You know they're obsessed. The second they hear your name, they come running. And I've been calling Destiny out on being a fucking freak for, I don't know, longer than anybody else, I'll tell you that. And guess what? I was proven right. Your little fucking test god or whatever, he's a freak. And he's not as smart as you think he is.
Last time I heard him.
Human District replies, this is the first time I'm seeing a clip of Kaceytron and I already love her. Literally so fucked Ethan is trying to sue some random lady he has never talked about. Like, we know he hates frogan and denims, but this lady? Psycho behavior. Frequent Recipe replies, I followed her for 9 years, so worlds collided for me today. She's still streaming. Anyone rating her, she's like, did you hear? I'm being sued by Ethan Klein. My theory is that Dan Saltzman is funding this lawsuit on the grounds that Kacey was included. Because when Ethan saw her response tweet, he said she was pretty funny and Hila laughed too. They don't even know who she is. Ethan Klein also posted this clip from Kacey's initial reaction stream with the caption, Doxin and Trap, aka any lawsuit ever filed in American history. Literal baby brains.
What the fuck is fair use? I don't understand it, and it's not for me to understand. Like, apparently I have to hire a lawyer for like $200,000. Why the fuck should I even understand that? Isn't that their fucking job? He doxed and entrapped you. Like,
Kaceytron then tweets out, support my GoFundMe. A short rant, I am so tired. My entire existence on Twitch since I started 13 years ago has been incel harassment campaign after incel harassment campaign. Men with much larger audiences than me have SH'd, defamed, slandered, swatted my home, cyberstalked, and tried to get me to end myself for literally a decade. Through these endeavors, very few of my peers have supported me because they don't want to evoke the same hate. It's been extremely isolating. I've always been thrown to the wolves to fend for myself. Now, a millionaire has specifically chosen me as a target for a frivolous lawsuit, not only because they know I don't have the monetary means to defend myself, but because they knew targeting specifically me would evoke the support of extremely large incel audiences, who would once again harass me en masse. My biggest fear in all of this is that I will once again be left to fend for myself, as mass harassment campaigns slander and harass my character. I'm also fearful of my financial future and my ability to provide for my family. Being told relentlessly that you're going to lose everything and have generational debt for the rest of your life, well, that's literally the shit people end themselves over. I often cope with humor, as most people who have overcome hard obstacles in their lives do, but I've reached my breaking point and acknowledge I need more help. I'm hoping to get back to streaming Wednesday. Imposter replies, it's a damn shame that @YouTube and @Team YouTube doesn't hold the H3 podcast to their own terms of service and will let them harass and bully people on a daily basis. Sorry you have to deal with his army of angry fans. Shooter McKevin says, this isn't about men attacking you, nor is it about incels attacking you. I don't think you really grasp the situation. Art Spencerman says, reminder that over 30 content creators reacted to the video and only 3 content creators are being sued, of which he chose people who comparatively have lower viewers and all happen to be women. We stand with you. Molasses replies, nope. He chose the 3 people who specifically met the requirements for copyright infringement. Hope this helps. Raphael Mania tweets out, in a shocking turn of events, frogan is dominating denims and Kaceytron. There is basically no difference between these 3 people, so I'm forced to assume the general public finds frogan the most attractive. Eric replies, someone gave her a $10,000 donation. And Raphael says, damn, they must think she's hot as fuck. And at the time of this recording, at about 2 p.m. Central on the 21st of June, an update for everyone's GoFundMe. Frogan has $23,007 raised, Denims has $15,683, and Kaceytron has $4,758. Dan Can't Tweet also posts his own update, and Nicholas Durio replies, Kacey used a stolen video thumbnail to raise money for her stolen content lawsuit, attaching this picture showing that it's a King of Nothing thumbnail for the most toxic man on YouTube. Wayne God replies, absolute cinema. Shout out to our tier 3 members, internet representatives, Kiko and Salsad. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I'll see you all in the next episode.